be aware that there's got to be some changes made yet. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot and to the fantastically titled Martian Galactic downloads. On the 12th and 13th of February, Mars will conjunct the Galactic Centre at 27 degrees Sagittarius. Now, this is something that happens every couple of years due to the combination of the orbit of Earth and Mars. Now, every time, according to the astrologers, this is what I've gathered, every time a planet crosses the galactic centre, it gets recharged. It gets a transmission from the galactic centre. It gets very, very slightly reprogrammed. So the way that Mars energy will be exhibiting itself in our life from here on in, for the next couple of years, will be very, very slightly different to the way it's been exhibiting itself in the last couple of years. Having said that, Mars is Mars is Mars. It's only a slight difference, but there is still that element of reprogramming or recharging. Now, this is a general reading, so general reading rules will apply, and you want to watch more than one. There's quite a bit of waffle on this bit, but you will find a timestamp in the description down below, just so that you can fast forward past all this bit once you've watched it once. You want to look at your sun, your moon, your rising, but most importantly, I would say you want to look at your placement of Mars, and you want to be aware not just what sign it's in and watch the reading for that one, but also be aware what house Mars is in for you, so that you can see what area of your life the Martian energies will be most exhibiting themselves. Now, I've said about the birth chart. I did the same similar readings for the Venus conjunct galactic centre, or more to the point, Venus conjunct Jupiter conjunct galactic centre. There's the Jupiter ones before Christmas, November time, wasn't it? These readings, in effect, from what I've just said, are still valid. So I will put the playlists up later. I will be using quite a lot of cards for this. I was instructed to use quite a lot of cards. Quantum Oracle, Numerology Guidance cards, Gateway Oracle, Enchanted Map, the Daemon Tarot, and for the main tarot decks, Tarot Illuminati, Spellcaster Tarot, and my main deck being the Thoth deck. Also, I'll be using the Oracle of Heaven and Hell from Bloodstone Studios, and if the Devil card comes up, I will clarify with my Demon Possessed Tarot, again from Bloodstone Studios. They are well worth checking out. So, if the reading means anything to you, please do subscribe down below. And like I say, get that birth chart. Click on the link, get the birth chart, have a read of it. It'll be useful for you. With no further ado, let me bring up the cards. Of course, it might help if I actually told you what the question is that I'm asking. So, the question is, how can we best utilize the galactic download, the reprogrammed Martian energies in our lives? How can we best take advantage of this? Back to your normal scheduled service. Okay, Cancer, you're in the midst of planning at the moment with the Three of Wands in the middle. Planning to sort out what's right, planning to get your just desserts, planning to change things in your world so that it's more in line with how you dream the world should be. However, be aware that there's got to be some changes made yet. We have the nice Knight of Cups coming in with a dream that's in your way. I feel that you run the risk of being distracted in some way. We've got the Knight of Cups where you are right now, and the Knight of Cups working against you. And interestingly, here we have Pride with Aloysius, or Atonement of Errors with Imamaya, which is leading to some form of pain, some form of heartbreak, even though it's bringing things together. It's the Three of Swords, and sometimes I really get the sense of the Trinity with the Three of Swords. So your dream's on the right path, but don't let it get swayed by somebody else's, and don't let it be swayed by your own anxiety, because it's almost like there's been some torment going on, but it's coming to an end, and that's made you go, well, but I was doing this to sort it, and now that's come to an end. What do I do? Because I was planning to be doing this for sorting it, and now I don't know what I'm doing. And so the truth of the matter is, you don't want to be changing your plans that much. You just want to make sure that you are, operating to your highest intention, but that goes without saying. But you want to make sure that there was something that you wanted after you put an end to whatever this argument or torment was. And even if that doesn't come around, there's no need to up and go at the moment. Even though you may have to abandon some ideals, we have got quite a few up and go cards. We have the Eight of Cups here with present power. What that is telling me is that you need to let something go in order to come into your power. We have the Tower on the bottom of the deck, with the other two decks, the Devil and the Ace of Cups. So dreams are featuring really, really importantly here, but dreams can slow you down. That you need to know that you're on the right dream. Be careful what you're wishing for at the moment, because what Spirit is bringing you is wish fulfillment. So there's an element of wish fulfillment with the Lover's card. So there's choices of which Spirit's offering you an either or, and the Devil. So Spirit's also offering you a trap, basically saying, you want to do that? Go on, you do it. See how it ends up. Because and you don't know which path to take right now, but there are burdens that are coming upon you, and I feel like the burden that means you are most on your own, was it the path less traveled, the one that the heaviest burden? Take the heaviest burden. Take the most isolated burden, because Six of Pentacles with success, King of Pentacles. There must have been some form of revelation here, because everything seemed really good beforehand, but you was planning to move on with something, and with that Justice card, there's something that you were setting right. But the time that you're coming into, again, be aware of what burdens you pick up, because there is ruin, Ten of Swords, but again, a culmination of you can put matters to rest your way, but you have to be doing it through a point of, yes, I have to feel this pain, and through a point of atonement rather than a point of pride. Not just trying to prove your point, but by going, yeah, I did wrong too. I can make up for it this way. Because there is a rebirth on offer. We have the Judgment card, again with the Three of Wands, and this Three of Wands feels so much more cleaner, so much more freer, with the mountain air and the whatever bird that is, eagle, condor, hawk. And next to the numerology cards of effort and rebirth. However this occurs, you are going to having to be putting the work in. There is a burden for you to pick up, but I feel the burden that has the most healing is the heaviest one. But I also want to say is you don't have to pick up all the burdens, just the heaviest one, just the one on that has the most isolation with it, has the most. When I say isolation, I don't mean go and shut yourself in a cave for 15 years, but just where you're doing stuff on your own. Now, this devil card at the top, clarifying it with the Hierophant. So this injustice this thing that you're trying to plan to set right, be careful with that, because make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure if you're going to do it that it needs doing. It might not need doing. And be aware that the dream of how it was all going to end up and sort out ain't going to come round. There's good things in that dream, but there's also self-deceptive things in that dream, so it's working against you. But also, with that devil card, don't stick to the rules too much. Don't have hard and fast rules in your mind of it should be this way and that is wrong. Have a little bit of flexibility. Allow for the wind to blow around your plans. Allow for change to occur. You have the strength to do this and you have the reason to do this. You may be feeling a little sort of, how can I carry on? But you can level up. You are listening to your intuition. Just as long as you are putting the effort in, your intuition, High Priestess here, and the Star card here. But you have to open up and you have to do the atonement of whatever your part in all of this is, which again is going to be seen by the way you open up for something to somebody. Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. So that burden that you're picking up, it may be the most isolated one, but somehow, somewhere, you are helping somebody else with this, even though you're doing it on your own. But other people see the burdens that you're in and say plan to get out of them, but they're also telling you how to do it. They're telling you must do it this way, you must do it that way. No, if you've got to loosen up your rules, so have they. Okay, and you don't have to abide by their rules any more than right now you have to abide by the rules that you set yourself. You should examine those rules somewhat. But although you do fear that it can all go horribly wrong, there is some form of wish fulfillment here. But 9 of Cups in your hopes and fears. Maybe what you're wishing for you don't really want. And Spirit's offering it with the 9 of Cups of what crowns you, what Spirit is bringing to the table. But Princess of Cups here, she is intently studying her cup. She is manifesting a fish that's way too big for the cup, who is flying around, but she is intently studying it. She is examining that dream. So it's something that you really do need to put the effort in, share of yourself, but put the effort in so that you can actually 10 of Cups in the future. You can have that happy situation. You can have that emotional satisfaction. But there is that little bit of solitude to go for first. Yes, you've done it before. But I just want to quickly look up, because I didn't look it up beforehand, the Sabbath card. Here she is. Now, what I was saying about rules, focus on tradition and ceremony, surround yourself with family and like-minded individuals, but there is that matter of the rules need looking at. The rules can be changed. The rules are not hard and fast, and there's other ways to perform that tradition. There's better ways to perform that tradition that's more grounded, and that's what I'm getting from that 10 of Pentacles. But you've got 10 of Cups, like I said, the happiness, the better than wish fulfillment, with 2 kings here, King of Swords, King of Cups, the emotions settled and sorted, and the ability to cut something away, but only if it's necessary. So, the other thing is I rolled the dice and we got Leo. So, this could hit in Leo season, when Mars is in Leo, or whoever it is that you're seeking justice for stroke against, maybe a Leo. There may be that Leo influence, but it's also saying about the pushing forward with the happiness, with sunshine in your heart. as we can see by this effort card, with the amount of yellow and the red heat of the sun all booming out of it. So your next reading will be the new moon reading. This, when it hits, like I say, it could be Leo season or when Mars is in Leo, and no, I don't know when that is. It will hit theoretically sometime in the next 2 years, because that's how long this Martian energy is with us, but probably quite fast, because Martian energy is fast. It is that warrior, that go-getting, that moving forward. But that also means, on that logic, that my Venusian Galactic Download and Jupiter and Conjunct Galactic Center videos are still relevant. So I'll leave the playlist for those up. And in the meantime, if this means anything to you already, comment down below, click subscribe while you're there, and I will see you, well, I'll see you for the new moon videos. Cheers.